Hi everybody, I am Richard Vigorelli, your guide for everything Chinese medicine. And it's all set up so that us Westerners can understand. Yay! So, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about New Year's resolutions and kind of their importance. Also, one of the biggest reasons why we don't usually keep them. Kind of sad, really. I know I've made a few, and there's issues. Always. Everybody does. The biggest one is to lose weight, and another one is to stop smoking. Those are two of the biggest ones for I want to change something about my life. So, first of all, why do we never keep our resolutions? According to Chinese medicine, it's because you got evil qi living in you, and it likes it. Because this evil qi has made itself a nice home, and it wants to keep doing things the way it was doing and keep controlling you. According to Western medicine, it is because you're in a rut. You've gotten into a set way of doing things, so you want to keep that way of doing things. It's simple physics that a body at rest remains at rest, and a body at motion remains at motion, unless acted upon by an outside force. That's just a law of motion. It's a law of particle physics. It's a law of everything. That's how you get habits. That is how you get the need to do certain things. So, how to break the cycle? First, you need to figure out what's causing it. Why is it you have this compulsive need to eat? Why do you need to smoke? What is the reason behind the action? And it's not just I like the taste. There's always something emotional, especially if it's addictive. Especially if you have an issue with it and you know you cannot stop. So what's that issue? Well, if it's emotional, then it will also have an organ attached to it, because in Chinese medicine, the emotions are tied to organs. Since we're talking about smoking here, we'll talk about the emotion of the lungs, which is grief and sadness. Since we're talking about food, let's talk about the emotion of the spleen, which is your digestive system. That emotion is worry. Oh no. We have to pull that out? Yes, we do. So, you cannot keep a New Year's resolution without focusing on a way to fix that emotion. Okay, yes, acupuncture can help with this. It's helped with me. I used to have an addiction way back when, and I was able to kick it. I used acupuncture and herbs to do it. Thank you, Master. So with that, first of all, let's look at the grief there, okay? You want her to be cool, right? That's why a lot of people start smoking. You want her to look awesome, because cool, ain't I? Yeah, you could be. If it wasn't for all the lung disease that you're going to get from it, the skin disease and the hair disease, and the diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney problems, stuff like that, that's going to come along with it. So why are you doing it? Because maybe if I look cool, then I'm not alone. A lot of people that I know that smoke, they actually have a very, very lonely view of life. May not be outwardly, but they do. So that loneliness brings on sadness. That stress brings on sadness, and then the sadness translates into fear, because the lungs are metal, okay? And if their emotion is grief, then The grief is a metallic emotion. So if it's progressing into fear, why is that? Because fear links with the kidneys, and the kidneys are made out of water, and metal produces water. It's a very natural progression. So maybe they're afraid of being alone. Maybe they're afraid of those emotions. That's okay. That's why we have mental health professionals, so that you don't feel those emotions so badly. You still feel them. That you need them. You don't want to run from your emotions. Believe me, it doesn't work. So, in the process of that New Year's resolution, you can't just say, I'm done with this, because it will probably come back, especially if you do not deal with the emotional cause of the smoking. Same thing for eating, the same thing for wanting to lose weight. You started eating for a reason, and you started eating that way for a reason, and chances are you were worried about something. You were worried that you're not good enough. You were worried that you wouldn't make enough. You were worried that life wasn't going to get better, so, well, you may as well eat. And that's what happened to me. Yeah. I started binging on fast food because I couldn't afford regular food. But the thing is, had I just shopped better, I would have found cheaper food. And I would have found more nourishing food, but then I wouldn't have had to eat so much, and I wouldn't have gained so much weight. Okay? Once I dealt with that worry that came up and caused me to eat the way that I ate, the problem fixed itself. I stopped having the cravings, I lost weight, and now I'm getting closer to my original weight, which is nice. So then, how can you deal with this? Well, my recommendation, find yourself a decent acupuncturist that can calm your mind down enough to where you can handle facing that emotion. And then you're going to need a mental health professional that can help you build up your psyche so that emotion doesn't reassert itself. Okay? It's not an easy road. You didn't get here overnight. You ain't going to get out overnight. So the best thing to do with keeping a New Year's resolution from any medical perspective, be it Chinese or Western or, I don't know, something woo-woo, you got to stick with it. And you have to be willing to ask for help. And just remember, you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. Everybody does. I know I did. And I know my patients do too. That's why you ask for help. And know that there are people here with their hand outstretched for you. All you got to do is take hold. So, everyone, this has been Chinese medicine versus the New Year's resolution. I'll be back next time with a little bit of something else. I'm thinking of doing a little bit more with herbs. Until then, take care, stay healthy, and I will see you later.